Well, some positive news. Following the outcry raised by activist Martin Soshe, popularly known as Very Dark Man, who highlighted the plight of young Nigerian girls trafficked to Ivory Coast, the chairman of Air Peace Airlines, Dr. Allen Onyema, over the weekend pledged to repatriate the girls free of charge, offering free flights, medical care and support services. In a press statement, Dr. Onyema condemned the inhumane act of trafficking young Nigerian girls globally and called for collective action, urging the Nigerian embassy in Côte d'Ivoire to identify and gather the victims for repatriation. Onyema further appealed to the federal government to take responsibility.
Anybody that is not in Nigeria that will watch this video will think that Nigeria has gone so broke. They will think that Nigeria does not have what it takes to take care of its citizens. But the truth of the matter is that we have more than enough. But our politicians have refused vehemently that we should eat from the good of the land. Now it is now a private entity that will do the work of the government. Thank you, Allen Onyema. This is not the first time you are doing this. You've been doing this countless times. May God bless you. But at the same time, oh my goodness, una shame, they shame me, government of Nigeria. Guys, let us watch the video first. When we return, we will continue. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, comment and share. Thank you.
Some positive news. Following the outcry raised by activist Martin Soshe, popularly known as Very Dark Man, who highlighted the plight of young Nigerian girls trafficked to Ivory Coast, the chairman of Air Peace Airlines, Dr. Allen Onyema, over the weekend pledged to repatriate the girls free of charge, offering free flights, medical care and support services. In a press statement, Dr. Onyema condemned the inhumane act of trafficking young Nigerian girls globally and called for collective action, urging the Nigerian embassy in Côte d'Ivoire to identify and gather the victims for repatriation. Onyema further appealed to the federal government to take responsibility for their rehabilitation and education. I mean, this is such a laudable cause by Air Peace Airlines. I mean, this is not the first time that we are seeing that they've always come into the aid of Nigerians, be it, in Sudan, South Africa. We have seen this sort of repatriation. So kudos to them. I know that the airline plans to send the girls to Duchess International Hospital in Ikeja for free medical examinations and treatment. Let me take some tweets because obviously there was, conversation on social media as regards, especially with the responsibility of the federal government. We took this story last week. This is from Michael, who wrote, "Great initiative by Air Peace. This act of compassion and responsibility towards our trafficked girls is truly commendable. It's heartwarming to see corporate entities step up to address such a critical humanitarian issue. Thank you, Air Peace." Another user wrote, "The Nigerian government should really be ashamed that a private individual is doing all this. All those politicians, all they know is embezzlement of funds. And yet some Nigerians will come out to side them and cascade VDM. Some Nigerians don't really deserve the internet." I mean, we did see this attack on Very Dark Man, who we applaud, really, because he actually went out there with his own personal funds, did the investigation, and now we have, a private entity like Air Peace saying that he is ready to bring the girls back. Without VDM, we will not have known the story. I mean, of course, Arise highlighted the issue as well here on the show.
I believe it's John F. Kennedy who said that it's not what my country can do for me, but what I can do for my country. I paraphrase, and I think It's beautiful to see patriots. Patriots are people who do not wait for the system to work. They are people who step forward in a time of need where they can see that there's an intervention, a change that they can make. They do it without looking for reward, without looking for favor. And so for that, to Air Peace, to Very Dark Man, they need to be congratulated and emulated as well. In our own little jurisdictions, there's a contribution that we can make, and I hope that we can. However, the fundamental issues still need to be addressed. Absolutely. There is the issue of porous borders that needs to be highlighted. When we look at these young girls who are being trafficked across the border, there's the issue of course, insecurity, poverty. This is multifaceted. And until we see the root cause of these types of scourges being addressed, we're not going to move forward. So So also, as much as we have patriotic Nigerians who are ready to come and advocate and look for solutions, we also need to be patriotic enough to find lasting, sustainable solutions. Look at the vulnerability of those young girls. Can't tell how old they are, but they're certainly not teenagers based off of what I see. What becomes of their futures? Yes, they shall be rehabilitated and so forth, but we need to build a country where we're not constantly rehabilitating people from the trauma of Nigeria happening to them.
Absolutely.
Very, very important. Very quickly, Oji, I know you want to move on. Very quickly before we go, I just want to touch on transparency and how important it is for our leaders to be transparent. I think most people celebrated that this, all of the files concerning this case with the president is coming to, is being published and all things are being redacted because it speaks to the issue of transparency and how important it is to accountability. Donald Trump yesterday publicized his medical report. They even showed his cholesterol levels, they showed his blood pressure, there was his white blood cell count. It was all there. And it's nothing, we've never seen anything like it before. So I love transparency, even going to that stage where if we can see our leaders' medical reports published as well, that's the level of transparency that we'd like to get.
I like that point.
Currently.
It may, you never know.
What it may.
Let's
I personally started a charge for every presidential candidate to release their medical reports. Nobody listened. I challenge all of them again.
Well, let's go back to the story of, Air Peace. And, I'd like to just really commend the airline. Rotus, you have a quick comment.
27 million people are trafficked each year, according to the U.S. State Department, right? And which are the countries that come up? You have Afghanistan, Djibouti, Cambodia, Myanmar. If you are a parent and you guard your child, right? You're not going to let your child. There's 20 million children out of school in Nigeria, so there is a system here that has to be decentralized to the state level, where we have to, look at the issues of poverty, look at the issues of, insecurity and so on, that allows trafficking to happen. Kudos to Air Peace. So they're already giving him props and on
your
YouTube.
Live stream,
Shout out to the YouTube community. They're all shouting at Air Peace. Air Peace to the rescue again.
Yes.
Is what our YouTube viewers are saying. So,
absolutely.
Well done to Dr. Allen Onyema.
Absolutely. Kudos to very dark man, of course, as well.
A very dark man. Indeed.
Dr. Allen Onyema of Air Peace.
Guys, anyone seeing what is happening in Nigeria would think that Nigeria has gone so broke. They would think that Nigeria does not have what it takes to take care of its citizens. But the truth of the matter is that we have more than enough in this country. But our leaders, who has been bad to the people of Nigeria, have refused. They have decided that we will not drink water and keep cup for them. They have decided that we will suffer for not doing them anything. This is not the first time this man called Allen Onyema is intervening in Nigerian case. It is actually good to render humanitarian help. It is actually good to do something for a fellow human being. But most of things that individuals are doing in this country is actually the work of our government. Do you know that in Nigeria, individuals have taken up the job that is meant for the government? Do you know that in Nigeria, individual is rendering about 80% what the government of Nigeria is supposed to do? The reason why people will have mind to do jungle justice to people, whether they are saying the truth or not, is because the government has failed them. The security personnel has failed them. They have been calling and shouting, these people are buying people in our village, in our farm in Uromi. They refuse to answer them. According to them, if they capture these people, they will take them to police. Tomorrow they will be released and they will start perpetrating the acts again. So when people act on their own now, the government will say that they do jungle justice. This is failure on government part. This is when your government have decided to turn a deaf ear to what they are supposed to do. You see girls and underage girls going to Ivory Coast. How did they even get there? Let me tell you, some of their mothers may have agreed that people who take them there will take them so that they can be doing like this house chores, because they cannot feed their children, because they think that when their child go there, they will be sending them small money. That is why some parents will leave their children who is 10 11 and 12 to leave their country. It is because the country has failed them. That is still the reason why people are going through desert just to japa, just to go to abroad. Nigeria has really failed its citizens. A lot is happening in this country. I know that rendering help is good, rendering help is 100% good, but this country has failed its citizens woefully. Watch what is happening in Jos, watch what is happening in Edo, watch what is happening in Enugu. Insecurity has tripled under the watch of this present administration we have in this country. Barely 2 years. Nobody can recognize themselves again, and they are still chanting and campaigning for 2027. May God help us in this country and give us a good leader that will have a humanitarian heart and also have a father heart, so that when they sing, now our Papa be this, we will gradually respond, now our Papa be this. Guys, I will see you in my next video. Please like this video, comment and share. Turn on the post notification so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have dominion. Bye bye.